Toxic monogamy or poly-fem-topia. Why strict monogamy owns. Part 2. Hi. I'm just a nobody that want to pull my weight, however small it may be. Since I am a first-year boomer, I reckon I have some perspective to fall back on. Please excuse my English, and maybe a bit too hastily made video. There is no doubt that we must forward to a new monogamy, not back to the monogamy of the 50s, but forward to a monogamy, or let's call it monogamish, of the coming 30s. In a monogamish relation, everything consensual is a go, BDSM, voyeurism and whatever, but physical intimacy only with the one and only life partner. The lid has, though, flung open off Pandora's box and all sorts of impurities have spread out. It will be incredibly hard to put it back and there will be harsh resistance. Many holy cows have to be slaughtered before we reach the goal. Feminism is for sure one of them. One of the great obstacles is the black painting of the monogamy we had in the 50s and 60s. Feminists have spared no effort to convince young females of its horrors, scaring the shit out of them with the oppressing patriarchy, while in the reality it was quite the opposite. If anyone was oppressed then, it was not the woman. The men were obliged to do their utmost for their families, even at the cost of their lives. Read The Domesticated Male by Esther Villar and you will understand. There is another Esther, namely the relation advisor and writer Esther Perel. As far as I remember, she was formerly not opposed to sexual experimenting, even advocating for promiscuity at least for some. Lately, though, I have observed that she have given good and serious advice to couples on how to make a monogamous relationship work. Maybe she, as many others these days, has started to see the catastrophic consequences of sex liberalism and promiscuity. One of the most repulsive consequences being that the female rides the CC in her 20s, racking up her body count. Today females are far more promiscuous than males. Then when she decides to settle, she has to lure a man with temptation of getting sex, only to then withdraw it soon after, since she already had her fun. No man, honest to himself, would accept a female with a sexual past. Such relations do not last long, or if they do, they are not very happy, not attractional, just transactional. To engage in an exclusive long-time relationship, there has to be a good and grounded understanding of what it entails. It's never a party and there will be conflicts and difficult problems ahead. And it's much about unselfishly bringing up a next generation, which is rewarding in the end. Here I would like to advocate for grounding any exclusive relationship on red pill knowledge, known by both parties. Then you will easier understand the problems and reasoning of your partner in subjects like raising kids, work, economics, and savings, and especially, of course, sex and intimacy. Let me list a couple of items concerning the female and the male properties. As red pillars, we know the female duplicate strategy very well: get good genes and then get a good provider. This is almost never found in the same man, so a compromise is necessary. And even if such a man is found, it only lasts until the first child. When, after approximately 4 years, she longs for a second child and starts rutting, her genes tell her to feel disgust for her sworn partner. The reason is sexonomic: you never put all your eggs in one basket, go find another good gene provider. Also, the concealed ovulation makes this easier for her. That's why female cheating and paternity fraud are real problems. The male may also have dual strategies. First is to secure the youngest and prettiest girl he can, and then mate guard her from other males. But his genes also tell him to try to spread his genes more. Only a few % top guys have this possibility. When looking for this type of concubine, it's important that the offspring have a chance to survive, then cuckoldry is just fine. That's also a reason for why somewhat older ladies still attract men sexually. Just check up on P sites. Another issue that sometimes causes problems is the so-called FOMO, fear of missing out. The temptation may feel real, but in reality it will appear that you miss out nothing. If acted on, it almost always result in great disappointment, and probably in a destroyed relation. It's really a very immature thing. Good to know and rethink in advance. To end, I would like to refer a couple of good internet articles. The first is by William Tucker, published in National Review, 2014, number 2. Title, Monogamy Made Us Human. Subtitle, In Theory and in Practice, It's What Keeps a Society Stable. The second is by Olga Kazan, in The Atlantic 2018, number 10. Titled, Fewer Sex Partners Means a Happier Marriage. Excerpt, Other studies' findings have also supported the surprising durability of marriages between people who have only ever had sex with one another. Remember the unassailable tenet. No hymen, no diamond. Bye.